live. And wow, man, we've got a pretty good look at this lineup here. This is an incredible amount of Star Wars knowledge and collecting on the screen right now. And I'm not including myself in that, but welcome to the channel, guys. This is the Action Figure Grader, and I appreciate everyone who is joining us for my 5,000 subscriber live stream. And we've already got 21 people in here. This is not a celebration of me. This is a celebration of the toy community, because I just want to get a few folks on that I know and appreciate. And wow, it's just a pretty crazy thing to me to have 5,000 people that watch my stupid videos. And this is what this live stream is about, is just to thank everybody for that. So without further ado, I want to do some introductions. First, we're going to lead off with really kind of the one of the main reasons I'm even on YouTube right now, and that is the Blacked Out Ewoks. He has been on YouTube for a very long time. I was watching his videos when I was first getting sober, and I don't think it's going too far, BOE, to say that I'm not sure I'd still be alive if I didn't have your videos to watch when I was in early sobriety. So how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, great. Thank you for saying that. That's very touching. I'm doing okay. I mean, I went to Celebration on Monday, and I think you're going to ask some questions about that in a while. I met a few of the guys on Friday as well, which was nice. And me and only one Kenobi went to Forbidden Planet on the following Saturday. That was pretty cool. So I'm doing pretty well. And
that is awesome. I definitely want to dig in. Go ahead. I was
going to say congratulations on reaching 5,000 subs. That's amazing. Well deserved as well.
Well, it's not about me. This is about the toy community, and I just appreciate everything that you do for us collectors. And I know I've learned an absolute ton from you and your videos. Next up is himself. He's a little bit under the weather today, and the fact that he was even able to join is very appreciated. And that's Tim from Boss Bounty. Tim, how you feeling today? You feeling any better?
I'm over the worst.
Good.
Let's put it that way.
Over the
yeah. Wednesday, Thursday was not a good day for me at all, but I'm over the worst. I'm all right now. I'm happy to be here, mate. And congrats, mate. As BOE said, it's well deserved. You put out a video every day pretty much, don't you? So
yeah,
that's a lot of work, man.
I'm not really sure why I do that, but I just feel like I need something to do, and why not put out another stupid eBay summary video? That's the only videos that people seem to like. So I'll just keep doing it until people stop watching you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're starting to feel a little better. It sounds like you were patient zero at Star Wars Celebration, so you need to look in the mirror and feel guilty about all the other people that are probably sick because of you. Okay, I just want you to know that. Okay, next up is a good buddy of mine here in the U.S. We got 3 people from the U.K. We've got this guy in the U.S. and that's.
Have we lost John?
Yeah, he's kept on mute.
Yeah. John, you're on mute. He's got a backup.
I missed my whole introduction here, man. Just when he was about to, introduce me.
you might have to do it then.
I'm actually just staring at Keith's collection in the background. I just can't get over
huge.
it. You're on mute, John.
You're on mute, I think, John. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Oh, the microphone. Yeah.
After all these years, John still hasn't gotten a microphone, headset, or anything.
I remember when I went on the Pally Boys live stream.
Here he is. Oh,
Yeah.
John.
Oh, hey, John.
Back.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Much better.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
That's
I was trying to use my wife's Bluetooth headset, and that was a disaster of an idea. So,
We should take some of your Patreon money and buy yourself a microphone and headphones.
It might be a good idea. Chris, to get back to your introduction, it's perfect. It was perfect timing. I just kind of completely cut out there. But Chris, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. Thank you for having me on. I think we're all happy, and we all appreciate the work that you do for all of us. I like to say that I was probably your number 2 subscriber after the other guy above me. And, you've become a good friend of mine in my personal life. So thank you for having me on.
Well, I'm way behind on comments, guys, so I apologize ahead of time. We got 56 people watching, lots of familiar faces here. Eduardo, Mike H., Rocket City Sith, Jason Woods, Justin Welch, Death Star Sizo, just the people that watch my videos, they're very consistent with watching them and commenting. So there's a lot of names in here, and as we dig in here, feel free to include questions. I'll try my best to post them to folks. If you have a specific person you want to talk to, we also do have some giveaways. So we will be giving some stuff away. But the final person I needed to introduce, I believe, was my very first Patreon. And he is an incredible collector in the UK. I just wanted to have him on the channel, and so the timing worked out perfectly to get this gentleman on. He's got one of the largest, if not the largest, Star Wars action figure collections in the UK. And his name is Keith Guppy, and he has joined us here. I'm going to put you on solo layout here. Keith, how are you, man?
I'm all right. Not too bad, John. Congratulations, mate. I couldn't resist being your first Patreon when I saw your channel. It's a brilliant channel. Watch it every day, mate. It's brilliant. Keep up the great work. Congratulations.
Look at that collection behind you. That is the most ridiculous room I've ever seen in my life. Now, you have multiple rooms like this, don't you?
I have this room. It's about 40 square meters, and it's going down a staircase a bit. So, I haven't really got enough room, if I'm honest. But, yeah. So it's grown and been modified a few times in the last few years.
Yeah, I remember you sending me some photos and kind of like showing the transformation to the new kind of setup. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I emptied the whole room out about a year ago. But when it's in here, it's all stacked nicely. But you can imagine when it's empty, it takes up a hell of a lot more room. So every room in the house is absolutely full. I guess I've been collecting from about 81. Started with die-cast Snowspeed. Look at the state of that. That was my first kind of toy. Slowly built up. Really kicked off, I guess, in the late 90s. Went into the whole vintage era as well. At one point I had every loose figure graded. 85 plus grade, and then just before COVID I panicked a little bit, got rid of a lot of my vintage stuff, so just carried on with the modern really, and just got in heavily to grading, as you have, John. So and I love grading. I don't know whether it's nice shiny cases they come in or just a preservation factor. I just love it.
Well, your collection is absolutely incredible, and from my perspective, I'm going to try and get us back into like group chat here. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. When you're dealing with someone like me who is completely technologically idiotic, you're going to have little snafus like this. So bear with me here if I try to do this. There we go. How's that? There we go. Now we got everybody back. But Keith, I just want to say thank you for supporting. And I'm in awe of that collection. I know that you've got some absolute gems, and I want everybody to stay tuned because towards the end of the video, he just got. Didn't you just get some stuff back from UKG and CAS?
Yeah, CAS and UKG. I've got a lot more coming, but I've got about 20 items from UKG and CAS lately. So and some nice pieces, but got more to come.
Well, I'd love for you to show some of those on the channel in a little bit. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Everybody who's watching live and on the replay, if you guys want to post some questions, I'll try to my best to include them as we go through there. But I wanted to kind of quickly start, if it's okay with you guys. Those of you in the UK who were able to attend Star Wars Celebration. I know BOE and Tim did. Keith, were you able to go to Celebration as well?
Yeah. Funny enough, I bought a ticket for the Saturday for me and the family, and then I applied to volunteer to work there about 6.
God.
Oops.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Glad to-
That's on me. That's me. That was me.
You just
I was trying to expand. I was trying to
John.
expand Keith. And
Oh my
I kicked him from the. I kicked him from the stream. So
Ken,
Oh,
I
Lord.
take full responsibility.
we have to teach John how to do this, okay?
One of the things I've learned in sobriety is that you have to fess up when you do something wrong, and I just did something
Accept-
wrong. I just kicked
accept
Keith from the live
responsibility,
stream.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back soon. But Boe, why don't we start with you? Can you share your celebration thoughts?
I went on the Monday, and that was actually finished at 5 o'clock rather than 7, which the other days did. So my time was shorter. So I had one of those vouchers for the Bad Batch talk panel thing, but I went there and the guy said you've got the wrong voucher or whatever, so he sent me somewhere else, and I just thought, sod it, I'm not going to go to that. And I just went around for most of the time filming the vintage Star Wars figures. There was a lot there. There was Vectis. There was lots of stuff that dealers were selling as well. So I was filming that. I was in my element there. As you've seen from my little videos I put up so far, I've got
You've been very thorough with sharing those. It's been great.
I've got tons of footage of vintage Star Wars figures and also what they have at Hasbro as well, a Hasbro booth. And then I managed to bump into Scuba and Manga Fanga Danga, that's Shabby's brother. And we spent about 2 hours together. And then they went off, and I found out where they were doing the collecting tracks, and there was 2 left to go to. So I went to the last 2 collecting tracks, which were great. And I got a couple of coins as well. So that was my experience of Star Wars Celebration. On the Friday, I met Tim and Only One Kenobi and a few others afterwards. And we went to some Chinese restaurant by the airport and had some food. And
Awesome.
Great.
Hey, Keith, I'm so sorry. I was trying to expand you, and I'm not going to do that anymore because I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to kick somebody else off. So please accept my apologies for accidentally kicking you off of the live stream. But please share your thoughts on what your live stream experience was like.
As I was saying, so I got tickets for the family on a Saturday. I'd applied to volunteer to work there about 6 months before, and typically they only let you know about 3 weeks before. So all of a sudden I've got 3 days of commitment to work and shifts. So you turn up, you put your green t-shirt on, you're a member of the crew. First day I was basically looking after Q at Forbidden Planet. And if anyone went to Forbidden Planet, Black Day, you probably did, or Tim.
I did.
Q was going around twice around the stand. It was horrendous. There was nearly fights breaking out. It was horrible. So I did that for 5 hours. And then next day I came in and they said, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm not doing that again. And so they sent me up the Holocron suite. So that was where the podcasts were going on. So that was quite sedate, and that was right for the day. But the best day for me, I was put in the collector's stage. And so I'm obviously interested and got some coins like Black Day Ewoks did. But that was the best bit for me is doing that. Actually, the finale best bit, and Tim was responsible for this, is Tim got me into the Cantina concert where we had a few beers, Tim, didn't we? And great with the wife, and it was really good. So overall, but I'll tell you what, though, on the Friday, it was so busy. It was too busy. It would take you half an hour to walk 30 yards down the concourse, the main concourse. It was mad, but it got yeah, you go, yeah, I did get drunk. That's right, Adam. So on the Saturday and Sunday, it was much more better. It was better, but Friday was mad. But overall, great experience.
Well, that's awesome. And Tim, if you could muster up the energy, I would love to hear what your thoughts are, not only just briefly on Celebration, but since you are our resident TVC expert, I would love to hear, just generally speaking, what you thought about Hasbro's pretty awesome reveals and pipeline reveals.
Yes, I mean, I was there primarily for the toys and the collectibles. I'm not really a massive panel goer and that sort of thing. There was too many people there. It was really, really busy. But as BOE says, on the Friday at that Chinese meal, there was actually 16 of us. So there's a big group of people. Yeah. So we had 2 big tables. Nick from Only One Kenobi was there, and loads of other people from the community. So that was good. And then on Saturday, it was obviously the panel, the Hasbro panel, which we went on. And yeah, over the moon with the reveals, to be honest. I mean, that Jedi 4-pack with Squid Head and Velkin Tazera have been crying out for something like that. So that would be a good one to get graded, Keith. So you send the whole box in and get four U grades.
Well, now you segued nicely here because we did get a question. We got a question here, and I want to hear Keith. I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. We're going to start with Keith. If I was grading a TVC multi-pack like the Skiff Guards or the one that Tim just mentioned with the Jabba's Goons and things, would it be better to have the sealed box graded or the cards done individually? Keith, you start us, and then we'll just circle the room with opinions.
I would get them done individually, and I've done that with one of the Skiff Guard sets. I would get them done individually. I think they look much better. The cards a lot better. I think you lose a lot of the detail when you do the whole box. So that's what I would do.
Yeah. BOE, what do you think?
Totally agree. Individually, I've got 2 boxes. I want to send one set in. I'd send them in individually to get graded. Definitely.
Tim, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I've sent in the Bad Batch 4-pack and the recent Obi-Wan 3-pack, and I think just when they're in that bigger pack with the one big window, you miss the card images. So I think it's always better to get them to open it and then get the U grades for the individual cards. Personally,
Chris, you send in a lot of stuff to grading companies. What is your opinion there? If you got like a multi-pack like that?
I would say that you should buy 2 of them. You should buy one and keep it all sealed and grade it, and then buy another one and do them all individually.
I've done that, yeah.
This is the way. This is the way.
And for the future, if you're going to sell it, I think selling individually is 100 times better.
And you get the uncirculated designation. That's kind of cool too. I mean, I guess you get it with the multi-pack too if it's still in the sealed box. But
I wish I'd done it with that one that Keith was just holding up, the first 3-pack that we got. With the
those are nice.
Goons. Yeah, I wish I'd done it with that.
Now let me see if I can get Keith on without bumping him here. Solo layout. All right, Keith, show us the goods.
Yeah, that's 2 out of the pack.
They're great cards as well. Great images.
Now, what grades did you get on those?
Yes, a U95 that one, and that was a U85.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
U95 is pretty big, man, and 85 really.
Yeah. Lovely.
Those are hot.
The best thing about them now is they always come unpunched now. So
that's true.
Yeah. Whereas that first pack didn't. That was always punched.
Chris, circling back to you, I'm not going to ask you about Celebration since you weren't there, but I would like your opinion on the Ahsoka trailer. What did you see? I think you sent me the trailer originally. What did you think of the new Ahsoka trailer?
Like many of the shows, I think it looks good, and I am excited to see it, but I'm trying to not get too excited because some of the other trailers of other shows have looked good, and in my opinion, I didn't like them. So I'm just gonna wait until this actually comes out and see if it's actually good. But the trailer itself, it looks great.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited about the Rebels team becoming part of live action. Man, having that team live action is going to be pretty cool to me. So I'm hoping it's as good as it looks. But anyway, I think now is a pretty good time to do the first giveaway. All right. Now I'm trying to reward. I try to come up with questions that would reward longtime watchers. Okay. Or like the inside jokes that I try to kind of continually do. So you guys are excluded from answering. Okay. Since you're on the live stream.
John, go ahead. So you're gonna sing. You're gonna sing the intro of a song, and we're gonna guess what it is.
Okay, so the first one I've got is a collector grade, and this is courtesy of Eric B, who's a Patreon supporter. This is a collector grade white Bespin security guard.
Good one.
I'll ship it anywhere in the world. Okay, so this is the new TVC, really nice one. Helder Spinoza. I had no idea that was his name. But anyway, I've got it's this collector grade. It comes in a figure shield. So here's the question. The first one to answer it, you can email me with your mailing address and I'll send it. So this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Okay. In my very first video, this G.I. Joe is featured. The very first video I ever made, this G.I. Joe was featured. It's a Cobra Trooper. and he's very good with tools. And I'll give you one more hint. He's purple. Now, the first person that can name that G.I. Joe that was featured in my very first ever video on YouTube will win that TVC. So we'll wait. He's purple. Rob, is Cobra Commander purple? If I could reach through the internet and choke you, I would. No, I'm kidding. Adam, no, it's not Monkey Wrench. It's not Cobra Viper. You guys clearly have not watched my very first awkward video. And I bring it up because my first video, there it is. DVX has got it. The Techno Viper. The Techno Viper is it. DVX is the winner. DVX, you have won yourself a Bespin security guard. So shoot me an email, actionfiguregrader@gmail.com, and I will. Double O Wicket says it's Prince. That's good stuff right there. No, it's not Prince. It's the Techno Viper. All right, so DVX, you're the winner. Okay, so what do we want to talk about now? So I think I'd like to go back to Keith to maybe get a little bit more background on your collecting. What possessed you to start sending in stuff to get graded? When did you really start that process? And what's been your experience thus far recently with UKG and CAS, comparing the two of them? I'd like to hear some of that.
Yeah, my grading first took off about eight or 9 years ago when I was grading a lot of single loose figures. And that time you could pick them up for 25 quid. You know, an 85 or even a 90 for like 40 quid. So I sort of went through that whole process. And then after I sold a lot of that, and I then thought, well, I've got this huge collection. I want to maintain it. And a lot of it is in like clear perspex, you know, packaging like that. And it, you know, you move it around and over time it gets dented and dinged. And I thought, I don't like this. And I'm bound to move again. And I thought, right, I'm going to go through. So what I'm gradually doing now is going through my whole collection and picking out the mintish bits, the bits that I think it's going to get an 85 or a 90, and literally send them off. CAS I've not used until recently. They had a deal going, as you know, John, and it was a month turnaround. So I thought I'd give that a spin. It turns out it's not really a month. It's more like 2.5, 3 months, but they've come back and the service is great, and you get the photographs online, and that's been good. UKG I've used for a long time. Steve at UKG. I normally go up there, and they're about 3 hours away from me. I go up there and pick the stuff up. And generally, their problem is their normal lead time at the moment is 7 months, so it's a long wait. They do a membership, which I've joined for a few new bits recently. I've sent off. I'm joined. AFA historically, they're the first company I used, and they were good. In those days, the turnaround times were probably 5-6 weeks. Not the turnaround times you have to deal with now. I mean, when I was at Celebration, I picked up a couple vintage collection bits and went to the booth, and I thought I'd give that a go because that's free shipping to the States. So I've done that. I'll see how quickly they come back. So yeah, I mean, generally in terms of quality, they're all pretty good. There is another company that we don't talk about much, and I've got a couple pieces from it. I've never sent anything off, and they are a company called figuregrading.com. So there is a fourth company out there. The cases aren't brilliant. They look like they've glued a normal case together. But I've got a few pieces from them, and they aren't brilliant, but there are actually 4 companies that do it. You know, CAS, AFA, UKG.
Is that a real, Steve? Keith? Is that a real company though? Because I've seen those on eBay.
Yeah.
And then I went to their website, and their website
don't let you do
can't
it.
Submit stuff, can you?
No, you can't. No, you can, mate. And I really don't know. It's good. I did the same, and I went on the website. I couldn't do it. So I don't know. I like the resistance figures, and I quite like them because they pop out. They're quite vibrant. And I thought, well, I wouldn't mind one graded, but I didn't pay an awful lot for these. But I'm not sure either, Tim. If I'm honest with you, I'm not sure. I've never used them. Chris,
I've got a question for you. When do you think AFA will start loose grading figures again?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon because,
Me either.
I sent stuff in 6-8 months ago, and it's still not back. So they haven't done their backlog yet. So
Yeah, I mean,
that,
I got some stuff back that I haven't had recased, but that's a different story. That's really just putting in a new case.
So my simple recasings took a year, and I got them back 2 months ago, and it took a year. I sent in stuff for actual grading. So until that backlog clears up, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
I'd like to know from those of you in the UK, and for those of you that send in stuff to UKG or and follow them a little closer maybe than Chris and I do, is UKG getting swamped with new loose grading submissions?
I don't know. I went up to there 3 weeks ago and picked some stuff up. Most people have to wait till what they do with UKG. Steve, he's got a pickup point because he doesn't really want to give away a location of his operation. So normally you've got to go to a local area on a Friday. But I know him quite well, so I can go and see him, when I want. And I went to his place and chatted to him, and he's trying to expand, he's trying to keep up, but he is struggling. And like I said, at the moment there's a 7 months backlog unless you have a membership. The memberships are pretty good. I mean, the memberships will get you, depending on what you do, will get you some stuff in 7 days, and a lot of orders in 6 weeks. So it's well worth it. But his standard turnaround time is 6 months. That's working days. So you end up 7.5 months. So I don't think he's going backwards. I think he's just treading water. I believe he's looking at a new facility. So whether that will change, I don't know.
Tim, do you have a membership at UKG, or have you sent anything in lately?
I had a membership last year, and I used everything that you get for that year. I didn't renew it this year because until I'm ready that I've got enough stuff to send. So
one of my favorite items. One of my favorite items that BOE ever sent in to be graded himself was that eFont Man prototype.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you all remember that. That thing is so nice. I love that thing.
It was a long time ago.
I still watch that video and drool over it though, because now it costs like $700 or $800 now ungraded. I mean, you can't find them.
I paid 50 quid for that.
No, that was a good bargain. Did you pull out your Celebration purchase, BOE? I don't know if you got that. I don't know if you got it.
What, the C3PO?
Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to show that.
Oh no, it's just a graded 12-inch C3PO. I saw that on the Monday when I first got there at a dealer, A1 Toys, and I thought, because I didn't want to spend any money because I just got that reused, the Meccano, and but then it was playing on my mind that it was golden and shiny that I wanted it. It was graded 80. They wanted 150 quid for it. So and often 3.75 C3POs are the same price. So I thought something about that. I just wanted it, and then I bumped into Scuba Pete and Manga Fangadanga, and I told Scuba, and he showed me what he'd bought. He had a vintage figure as well, and I said, after about 2 hours, we went back to the thing, and I said to the guy, have you got any wriggle room on the price? And he said, I'll let you have it for 120. And that was it. I had to buy it.
That was a good buy, in my opinion. How about you, Tim? And did you pick up anything at Celebration?
I was hoping not to. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Something gorgeous.
But yeah, in the end, I picked up that Bosk with the Return of the Jedi Palatoy with the Tri logo.
That's a beauty.
You got a Bosk? That's weird.
Who would have guessed that? Tim messaged me when he was at Celebration saying, "Hey, take a look at this," and I was like tied up and I didn't see it. And next thing I know, I caught all the messages after the fact. He says, "Well, I bought it, so it doesn't matter what you think, John."
Well, I was frantic because, I respect your and Blacked Out Ewoks opinions on anything vintage, especially on certain things I don't really know too much about, and I'd never personally seen a Return of the Jedi Palatoy Bosk with that Tri logo bubble. I've seen other figures, but not that one. So I was frantically looking on the website of Toy Tony's, looking to see if it was a Toy Tony listed in that list, and it wasn't. So I think I sent a message to BOE as well on WhatsApp saying, "Is this a Toy Tony?" And because he was like you and didn't get back to me, I just bought it. I bought it anyway.
You were smart. You were smart. It was a good buy.
You did well. You did well.
Tim, you tempted to get it graded, or were you not? You know.
Oh no, yes, I'll be getting graded. Yeah.
Let me check my phone for a message, Tim. No, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't get one.
Am I allowed? Hey, Tim, am I allowed to show this? You know, the other one that. Am I allowed to show the?
Yeah.
So you know, because I'm in the U.S. and this was in the U.S., I had to bid on this one for a certain YouTuber who will remain nameless. But I thought about just canceling or refunding Tim and keeping it myself, but I figured that might be rude. So this belongs to Tim as well. So you know, I was telling somebody online that, you know, me and Tim both have a lot of mint on card bosses, and I said something like, yes, but the problem is I'm bringing a spoon to a nuclear warhead battle because there's no way I can keep up with Tim on the mint on card bosses. So so anyway, that one's
yours are always better than mine.
No, they're not. No. This one's really nice. This one is really nice. I'm kind of mad at myself that I let you buy this instead of me, but it is what it is.
That's good to know.
See, Tim actually collects like a certain focus, so he does what all of us should do. He has a focus. You focus on everything, John. That's your problem.
That is not true. That is not true. I have a very limited number of characters that I like. If you're gonna make that claim to anyone, Chris, make it to BOE or to Keith. All right, those two are much worse than I am. Okay, they have a much more wide array of things than I do. I'll have you know that.
I don't really collect comics. John does. So there you go, mate.
Well, that's a good point. Comics and trading cards, and so Keith, how about you? Did you pick up anything, Keith? It sounds like you did at Celebration.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Tim the other night. So I was at the collector's stage, and I didn't realise that the idea of that was you come in for the first couple of hours in the morning, and people just basically reel up with suitcase and just start laying merchandise on the chairs, and people just huddle around and buy. So it's like you for $2,500 you have a 2-meter booth, or you can bring a suitcase into the place for free and just lay your stuff out. So,
oh man, yeah, Chris, you know all of Chris. You got to share your experiences last year with the IC seats. You know, the hotel lobby sales. Can you dig into that? Because I'm looking forward to that next month. You know, there was a guy like in the parking lot with like graded AFA graded figures. Like, just it was so sketchy. I thought I was going to get shot. I really did.
John was like a little boy on Christmas morning, or like a guy on Halloween that was like trick or treating, because he was just running around the parking lot trying to buy stuff out of like the back ends of the cars and stuff. And you know, it's weird. It's like some people come to the show and like they sell in like the hotel lobby and in the rooms, which is what you're supposed to do. But some people stay in the parking lot and they sell out the back of the trunk of their car.
Didn't your brother buy like 20 mint on card Kenners? Like, I was like, "What's he doing, man?" He had like boxes of them, and he was buying them from some guy at a parking lot. It was just
basically
hilarious.
My brother was standing there holding things in his hand, and John would walk over to him, take it out of his hand, and be like, "Oh, I want this," and then he would buy it.
I did that with an R2D2. I freely admit that he was like right in the middle of a transaction, and I literally gave him no chance and took
right
it. Yeah. I just took it. I think it's time for another giveaway. What do you guys think? The next one, I just, and speaking of Slab Life, somebody mentioned Slab Life. I just got this back from CGC yesterday, so it's a brand new case. This is Darth Vader number 24. This is the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant for Dr. Aphra's murder droid 000. And for those of you that don't collect comics, I'm telling you, Dr. Aphra and her 2 droids are awesome. And if you don't like them, I've lost respect for you. I'm telling you that they're awesome. Okay. And so this is a CGC 9.6. This book is from 2016. It's a pretty awesome cover that shows 000. And if you haven't read about 000, I'm telling you, this droid is going to be famous in about 5 years or less. So I've got another question, and this is a ridiculous question, but it won't take long, I imagine, for someone to guess the answer to this. But I'm trying to reward, again, people who watch the channel regularly. So the next question is, which country is my wife going to visit first with her new boyfriend after I die and she sells off my collection?
Famous for spaghetti.
Easy.
Can I
This is an easy. This is an easy one. This is an easy one for those that watch. Don't you guys can't answer? Don't answer. Don't give it away. I'm shocked. Nope. Rocket City Sith guest Spain. That is close, but no cigar. Very close. Cyrax. No. Up. Justin Maben. Justin Maben got it. Justin Maben got it, and that is Italy. My wife and her new boyfriend. My wife and her new boyfriend Thad are going to be going to Italy after they sell off my collection, and it'll fund their Italian vacation. So, Justin, this one is yours, the CGC 9.6. And I'm glad I went to Justin because he's been a longtime channel supporter, and he also collects comics. Yeah. So, it went to a fellow Slab Life fan. So, Justin, shoot me your mailing address, and that'll go to you. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? I think now's a good time maybe to Keith, we've been holding it off long enough now. I'm going to put you on solo layout, and I would love for you to share some of your recent returns from wherever, CAS or UKG, whatever you feel like talking about. Just show us what you got recently and the grades.
So just as I was saying, so that collection stage, they laid the stuff out, and so I bought sat there thinking it was badges and stickers and pins and stuff. And as I was telling Tim, some guy got out 4 or 5 vintage collection shippers, and I sort of went, "Oh, this looks interesting." And he started getting his mint cards out, some unpunched, and I got a Grievous, foil Grievous, and a Kick Fisto unpunched.
Ooh, nice.
And I marched them straight to the AFA booth and went, "Go." So yeah, so that was good. That made the whole thing worthwhile. Anyway, yes. So pickups. So we'll start on a topical subject. So I had about 20. I think I had about 25 back from UKG and CAS. Mostly from UKG. I got a lot more with CAS coming, but I had an initial 4 or 5 came through. So the first one, not in any particular order, but this is quite a topical one, was Thrawn.
Yes. Love Thrawn. Love Thrawn.
Cool.
He got a 90. Unfortunately, they spelt. I only noticed this last night. They spelt Thrawn THAWN, Fawn. So, but yeah. So
classic UKG. That
as it's Thrawn.
Yeah.
Sorry, terrible.
Yeah. I mean, these, as I don't know if people know, but these cards have got the fold out thing. So the card stock is pretty good. It's really thick because it folds out. You can see how thick it is there. So, I suspect there's quite a lot of these around, but I thought, with him coming out in the new series, I thought it's worth getting. So
definitely
one of them got. I'd like to get on the Powder Force sort of theme. I like to get some real unusual stuff, and hopefully, John, you'll do the accent on this one.
Oh, nice.
Yes. That is awesome. Look at that. Get us the routing. Mi dispiace.
Yeah, so he got 85 from UKG. So yeah, quite happy with that one. Yeah.
Cool.
That's really cool.
I can't believe you got that graded.
Only John does that.
Tim, it gets way better than that, mate.
Should I get this graded? Yes. That's key to everything.
I just go around my room. It doesn't matter what it is. This is pretty good. I'm just gonna send it off.
That was awesome, though. Get us the laddie.
Stoker theme.
Let me get you back on. Hold on. Here we go. Solo layout. Boom. There we go. What'd you get?
2012 Scuba Gear.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's a great
Scuba
one.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's quite a rare. For those of you, that's quite a rare figure in that line.
That's the only one I got.
Yeah, it's
that's
nice.
a cool one.
Some of that line are quite rare, aren't they?
They are rare.
They're tough. Tough to find.
Yeah. This is a rare one as well. In this version, this is the Legacy Princess Leia, the one that comes with.
Oh wow!
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's a really tough one too. Wow.
Yeah.
Got the 90.
Yeah, that's a really
cool.
And Hasbro's never going to bring that figure out again. So
no.
Never.
Never.
No, indeed. So going to this is really nice. This one. So this is the.
Wow. The evolution's nice.
Yeah, and they got some really unique figures in there, as you can see them.
Oh wow, yeah. What's his name?
Yeah, you can't get those two. You can't get Darth Malice or Darth Bane in anywhere else. So
what a great set. That is really nice.
Really nice artwork on the back as well. Yeah, it's
Great.
And
Oh, yeah.
those sets for when they're open, they fold open. They fold
Now,
open.
who are the three? It's Maul, Nihilus, and Bane. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a free. Yeah.
Wow,
So little glare here. So yeah. So
Cool.
that is
set.
awesome.
I don't know whether Nick's on, but Nick's been showing a lot of his expanded universe stuff, and I had this one done a while, so I thought he'd show this.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Expanded universe speeder bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a prototype bike. Is that right?
Yeah. I know Nick's been showing it on his channel for a bit now because he's going through. He's had the Cloud Car Pilot, and I think he's had the other speeder. But yeah, I thought I'd show that.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, and so moving on to VC collection. This one was nice. So this is a Grogu from the
Razor Crest. Nice.
Yeah.
set.
95. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Mine got 95 as well.
The Jawa got a 90. The Jawa got a 90. Yeah, but that, again, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anybody? Hey, sorry to interrupt you, Keith. Is anybody else terrified that it's going to be like a set of dominoes
Yeah,
if he pulls it off the shelf wrong? Just be careful. It's terrifying to watch. It really hurts my OCD.
I've also got a bit of a Sith Trooper thing going on at the moment, and I had to get that one done.
I just got that one.
I love that pack. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's like 90.
Yeah.
I think mine's a 90 as well.
Yeah.
I
So
got-
love really like
Look at
it.
the size of that blister. Pull that blister back up. Look how big that thing is. I mean, that's like straight out of the 80s, man. That's like 80s G.I. Joe, like, or 90s G.I. Joes where they just packed in like helicopters and all kinds of stuff.
Really nice. Really nice.
Do you guys remember those from like the 90s, like the Echo Warrior? I mean, they'd literally pack in like full pegs of like 16 weapons with those G.I. Joes. It was unbelievable.
And John, for you, I know you like the Japanese stickers.
Oh, there you go. Let me get you back on solo. Oh, yeah. So we got the import stickers there. Nice.
Yeah, I know you like them.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then what else have we got here? Oh yeah, this is a very nice legacy one. Shakti.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
a great
cool.
one.
Nice. That is rare.
I've
Yeah.
got that one.
That's tough one.
That's tough to get that.
Yeah. So I literally go around my collection and just look at them, have a good look at them, and think, right. And you know how I've got thousands of cards in here, and you wouldn't believe the amount I've got little dings, and you just think, nah. And then you come across and you think, oh, that's worth it. So, that's a really
Great figure.
We got a question for you, Keith, from Adam, Real Toy Dude, who's also a Patreon supporter. He says, haven't you got the graded SDCC Death Star set TVC? I think that's correct, isn't it?
I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I've got that. I think when we were there, we spoke about. I literally the other day bought another SDCC set, Death Star set, and I sent a few of those pieces off with the whole box to get them U graded.
Wow.
But I've got the whole set graded as well. Yeah.
And don't you have also like the Costco gigantic Clone War? I mean, there's like a Costco box that I seem to remember you telling me about that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there is sorry, Keith, I didn't mean to mute you there. There's like a gigantic Costco exclusive, like battle scene, Clone Wars era thing that, I mean, it's like 6 feet long, isn't it? It's like gigantic.
They did two. One's got French writing on it, which I've got, and there's a English writing one. But yeah, it's the one with the clear panel. So it's ATT, and it's like it's all clear. So you see all the figures inside it, and that's one of the, as I said earlier on, with the bubbles on them, they're gonna get dings. So I thought, right, that's going off because that's rare. So I couldn't even try to get that. I also got you can see the Hoth battle set back there.
Yes.
I'll show you. Hold on. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that graded the other day from UKG.
Okay, so let's talk turkey. Let's talk turkey for a second here. I need to understand how you stay married, because I know that if I tried to do some of those kind of things, that my wife would divorce me very quickly. So I don't know what it is that you do to keep your wife happy, but you need to keep doing it, buddy. Okay.
Hold on. She is watching downstairs, and she's probably doing cartwheels right now. So anyway, but at the end of the day, I think of it like this: if I pass away, then if you've got something graded, there's kind of a known value to it, and that's really driving me as well, to convert some of this collection into known values, and if anything happens, for God forbid, that way, it's a lot easier, isn't it, to sell stuff.
Let's do it. Hey, let's do a quick segue into that topic, and we're going to bring Chris on because he's been awfully quiet. Chris, you run Rogue 5 Toys, right?
Yes. Yep.
On Facebook, and I want you to, if you wanted to maybe give a plug, because didn't you just recently pick up a very large collection that will be going live here soon on Rogue 5?
Yeah, I did. I don't have them on me right now, but I had somebody stop over the house this morning, and it was picked up about 60 vintage mocks. So once
60?
60. So once I sort through them all and price them, get pictures, I will have them for sale next week.
So give us a little taste. What was in the bundle? Anything good?
There's a lot of Jedi cards. There's some Empire. There's a lot of 21 backs and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of everything. Some really nice cards, some beat up ones, good characters. So it will definitely make the page fun to watch next week if you are interested in buying some mocks.
Yeah, so make sure you go check out Rogue 5 Toys. And Chris, I think that I believe that you said that you had a giveaway you wanted to do on the channel today.
Yes.
So I thought that now would be a good time. I'm trying to do it every 15 minutes. I've done 2, and now's a good time to do another one. And now, what do you got for these amazing viewers right now?
So this is a vintage Boba Fett. It's a Taiwan. It comes with the blaster. It's not a V5, but it's just a regular blaster. Boo.
Boo.
So this one will be given away to someone who answers the question right.
Okay, so what's the question? You got to do the question.
I was hoping that you were going to come up with the question, but so we know that you do a lot of loose grading. What is the character that you have the most of loose graded?
Wow.
Oh, that's an easy one. I think that's an easy one.
It's an easy one for me and you, and maybe to us, but
I think that anybody that watches my channel will get that one pretty quickly, is my guess.
Good.
I'm going to do like the Jeopardy theme music, except it's going to be Battle Now, which is...
I think it's one of 2 characters, I think.
Gary Wallace guessed Farm, and Martin and Seth, they all guessed Farm Boy Luke. But Brandon Alamo is the... Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. No. There's I'm playing catch up here. Hold on. I missed like 15 different people. Truver... Didn't Truver win something? Was that not? No, I think Truver just had a question. No. Truver did not win anything. So he was the first one to name the correct character, and that is correct. Darth Vader. I've got 22 loose graded
completely
Darth
ridiculous.
Vaders now. 22. Wow. So Truver, you are the winner. Shoot me an email to actionfiguregrader@gmail. And I wanted to show the latest one I just got from Chris. And I'm going to have a detailed video on this, but this is a really cool variant that if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw it. This is the Taiwan only COO of Vader. And this is a pretty rare one, actually. This was only made for a very short time frame. You can see how look at that ugly foot. Where is it? Right here. He's got this weird
club foot.
stubby club foot. He's kind of like me. And this was only made for a very brief time frame. And it was sold on Australian Toll Toys cards. So I recently got this from Chris on Rogue 5 Toys. So you never know when you're going to find a rare variant. This is a variant that I never thought I would ever have in my collection.
That's the only one I've ever come across and actually seen in person.
This is the only one I've ever seen graded. I've seen them for sale on Facebook in like the Echo Base Vintage Variants group. And I've always been late to the party, but this is the first time I've ever seen an AFA graded example. So, but anyway, that was a really awesome Vader that you sold me, Chris. So thank you very much for that.
No problem.
So anyway, yeah. So what has been your experience, Chris? With we heard some experiences from these other guys with UKG, and Keith also used CAS recently. Do you have anything to add on that topic? CAS, AFA, anything before we kind of move on?
CAS seems to be moving a lot quicker than what they were. I'm getting stuff back 4 or 5 months right now. Most of the stuff has been for like customers. If I send stuff in, like if I sell something and they say, hey, I want to grade it, I send it in to get graded for them. And I haven't really been doing much personal stuff lately. I'm actually in the middle of moving rooms right now. So this room will not be my collection room anymore, which is why there's empty shelves behind me. But yeah, it's AFA. I hope they open up soon because most of my loose graded stuff is AFA. But
hey guys, I do a couple of quick shout outs. And one of those is on the screen right now. Alfred Crane, he just became a Patreon supporter yesterday. And also Ray Pulley-Pulford recently increased his monthly Patreon support. I had the notes, Alfred, and I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the live stream. That's how bad I am at this. So anyway, thank you, Alfred, for becoming a Patreon. And it looks like BOE has got something looking pretty hot there.
Yeah.
That we need to pull that up. What do you got here? Oh yes, talk to us, BOE. What do you got?
Meccano reuse.
Look at that.
French carded 65 back reuse. It came last Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, and my neighbor had it. So it actually came on the Thursday. I was really worried because this came from Canada. So it's a Canadian seller. It was last weekend, 2 weekends ago, late at night on a Saturday night. I was, you know how sometimes you're just like watching a late movie, and then a notification for this came up that it was the last 15 minutes. So I looked at the price and it wasn't too high. So I thought, why not have a go? And I actually won it. I mean, the biggest expense was having it shipped from Canada to the UK. So, but it's a nice thing.
Stunner.
You know?
It's beautiful, man.
I mean,
can we see the back?
Yeah, 65 back French card.
Oh, look how beautiful that is. Very nice.
And no, I mean, the biggest detractor is here where my finger is. It's got a bit of water damage on the card.
Yeah, it's a Meccano though, man. I mean, it's almost, the condition almost doesn't matter really when you're getting something that nice. That's awesome.
Very nice. I mean, I've got the Spanish carded PvP carded reuse. So I thought this would be a nice addition. And
that's a stunner.
All in, it was £242 and 6 pence.
That's a bargain. Absolute bargain.
Just the card back alone is worth money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is one of the more common Meccanos as well. It's one you often see as well. I mean,
beautiful.
I've got a few others, but this is a recent purchase. I mean, back in 93, 94, you could buy these for 20 quid. No one was bothered about foreign cards. And I guess being in the UK, it was easier to get with sort of a crossroads for European stuff as well. But yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's still got the price sticker, 18 francs there.
How great is that? That's so great.
Yeah. And they must have chucked the figure in wet because there's all paint on the inside of the blister. I don't know if you can really pick it out. Yeah.
Yeah. You were the one that kind of teach me about that, especially with the Tri logos. I've got a Han like that.
You can see the paint there
above
the price sticker. So that's my latest vintage purchase. I'm very pleased with it. And I bought this case. I bought this case from GW Acrylic at Star Wars Celebration. So quite pleased with this. Looks great.
It is a beauty, man. Really nice.
I'll leave it there. And then the next day I bought the C3PO at Star Wars Celebration as well. It's graded.
Nice.
12-inch.
So, Tim, did you get anything else at Celebration other than the Bosk, or did that hold you? Because I'm sure that was not cheap.
That's the only thing I bought. Just some swag and stuff. And Gary Moore, as you know, very generous man. He gave me a Legacy Collection Lee Sub Serlin, which is a Cantina patron.
Wow,
but
that's nice.
But Keith, I'm going to open it, mate.
That's quite an expensive figure, though. Cardi.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's tough to get. Yeah. So, but I want it loose, so I'm going to open it. Yeah.
That belongs in a museum, Tim. To quote Indiana Jones.
I don't keep anything carded unless it's TVC. I mean, I wouldn't buy a TVC Django Fett, for example, for 160 quid and open it. But a legacy collection. I've bought ones for like 60 quid before, and I've opened them.
Ripped it open.
Wow! Don't let other people hear that.
Yeah. That's against the law.
Exactly. Well, I think I want to go back, Keith. If you got a few more you want to share, I try to keep the viewers wanting more. So I don't run for 2 hours, but I want to give you a couple of quick shout outs. First, Mike Collins. He's a longtime friend. Mike is coming to visit me in about a week and a half to pick up an item he bought from me that we didn't want to ship. So, Mike, I look forward to catching up with you and having lunch together at my house. Gary Wallace, he is a very, very early Patreon supporter. He's going to be at my house next month. Phil the Force, TV Macklin, Adam, Real Toy Dude, and of course, Nick, Only One Kenobi. He's a great friend of the channel and obviously one of the foremost experts on TVC like Tim. So I wish I could have more people on. It gets a little overwhelming for someone with my attention span and technological know-how. So Nick, I should have had you on as well, but I apologize I didn't. But Keith, if we could maybe give us a half dozen or so really nice stuff that you got here recently.
So we go Clone Wars. So Savage Empire.
Yeah, now that green line is the green.
Oh man! Is that European or is that Canadian?
That's the good question actually. Yeah, because that's the Canadian.
Oh, that's beautiful.
In Canada and Europe,
it's this bit down here. It changes. Yeah.
That's a great figure.
Yeah,
I've got them all. Those ones.
I love Savage.
The Trooper.
Some of them are tough.
Yeah, the Troopers are really tough. Really tough. And I actually, they've also got a few in this wave. They've got the lightsabers, and I've got a few of those graded because I just thought, wow, light up lightsabers, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So Clone Wars, I got a
wow,
Yoda and Cursing pack.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what your grading bills are because that had to have been pricey.
Well,
how cool is that?
I've probably got about 80 this year that are getting graded, but I will have to sell some to fund the better ones. So
this is the way.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah, so that's that. So back to Vintage Collection. I don't see this one very often graded.
Oh, nice.
Phasma, nice.
Phasma. It's a nice card.
Very underrated card back.
Yeah, slowly creeping up in value.
It is
tougher to find, isn't it?
Tough, yeah. I haven't got that one.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren too. I feel like Kylo Ren's sneaking up too.
Yeah, and then we've got. I love this figure.
Zero Hunter Toys just joined us. Love that guy.
Hi.
Antok Merrick.
Hi.
I do love Antok. I got him too.
Yeah. I need
got
that
him.
one.
Love that one. And one that's gone up stupid price.
Let me see. Yes.
Oh man,
Nice.
that's one I still want. I love that one.
European card. I've got the US card.
Yeah.
You got a bargain. BOE, didn't you pick that one up for something crazy cheap? I mean, you had it already graded or something. You got it for a bargain.
I was watching a live stream with Tim and Only One Kenobi, and they were talking about that, and then that just made me decide to buy it on eBay graded. So I just grabbed it. Yeah,
and now they're going for that. They're going for more. I think you got it for something crazy like 60 or 80 pounds, but now they're going for that.
Yeah,
ungraded. I mean, ungraded. They're going for that now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Chris, off topic. What is the best deal you've gotten on a vintage toy in the last year?
Oh man, that is.
We'll go around the room on this one. We're gotta go vintage Kenner, or whatever, vintage. What's the best deal you've gotten on one? I don't even know the answer to mine, so
yeah.
I need you to think about it. Everybody be thinking about it.
I would probably.
I'll tell you what it's not in a minute.
He's gonna pull out his toxic limbs. Tim's gonna pull out his toxic boss.
No, he's gonna pull out the one with the yellow blister.
Oh no, that's terrible. Too soon.
I was probably gonna say one of the glass light figures that I bought off eBay because I guess at the time no one was no one was bidding on them, so I ended up getting it at a decent price.
That was a really good deal, especially I don't know which one it was. Was it Chewbacca? I think the Chewbacca you got for a really good bargain.
Yeah,
that was a bargain. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so mad I told you about that.
And then it sold like a week later for like triple the price. It was
Well, yeah, didn't he have two of them? And
yeah,
he's like, "Oops, I underpriced that one."
one was a buy it now, and one was an auction, and then the auction just ended like double or triple. So
yeah, yep. Oh, there's Daniel Chart. Hey, Daniel.
Hi,
Oh
Daniel.
man. BOE that Meccano, to me that is a bargain. I mean, it is just really tough to find any mint on. I don't care what condition it is in. I mean, that displays way better than you're giving it credit for. I mean, that blister on that is beautiful, and to get it for that price, that's a bargain. That's a bargain price.
And it arrives safely. That's the biggest worry. So
always
it is.
That French shop in Paris had that one on eBay of Bosque for years. Didn't
Yes.
It's not there anymore. And they wanted like £1,800 for that with a cracked bubble.
Right?
So,
yeah, it had the crack.
Well, that Bosque is so rare.
More common, but but reuse is more common. But still, to get it for what you got it for, that's an absolute steal, isn't it?
Absolute bargain.
Very
Tim,
pleased.
how about you? What's it didn't have to be the last year, but just something that memorable for you that was a really good bargain. I know which one I'm thinking of in your collection.
I know which one I'm thinking of. The one that I sold them.
No, I was thinking of the double stem blister one you got. I don't know which auction house it was, Vectus or whatever, but
that's probably
that was a good deal, wasn't it? What card back was that again? It was at Palatoy.
It's the
double stem.
It's the Palatoy ESB with the drop shadow around it.
45B with
that's a really tough one to find legit.
Yeah, it's the one that's often a Toy Tony, but it's not a Toy Tony. I think I got it for £165 or something.
Yeah, that's a great deal. Great price.
If I could reach through the internet and slap you, I would. Not to reuse the joke.
But I think because what it was in the description, and he had quite a few of them, whoever it was that was selling that collection, it said, note, might not be factory assembled, like i.e. this could be a Toy Tony. But I looked at it and I thought, well, that blister's ever so slightly yellow. It had the double stem.
It has to be legit.
This is the card wasn't like, often with the Toy Tonys, the cards are immaculate. The card wasn't immaculate, had a bit of edge wear. So I just thought, no, I'm going to go for it, whatever. And then, a few people confirmed that it wasn't a Toy Tony. So I was quite happy. But that's a good, that probably is the best deal I've got. Yeah.
That was a bargain. I wish I could remember anything. I got a pretty good deal on I got a really good deal on a Spanish IG88 recently. It was a UKG 90 PBP. That was a really fair deal. It wasn't like a steal, but it was a very fair deal, I feel like. And when do you ever see Spanish PBP figures that are graded that high? Yeah. I mean, it was UKG 90 IG88. You just never ever see that. Brendan has got a question for us. What figure modern that was not a con exclusive do you think is the rarest and most sought after? I think I know the answer to that, but we'll let Keith go with that one because I'm sure he's got something to share on that end that might be his answer.
Oh, good question. Bear with me a second. I like this one. I know if it's the rarest, but
you've got an AT-AT back there.
I mean, he's got the most ridiculous collection. A graded loose AT-AT.
Is that a vintage one or is that a modern one?
Yeah. That was going to be my best and worst pickup of the year, but I'll come to that in a minute.
I thought that was going to be a free giveaway on the show.
I actually love this.
The New York Toy
look at
Fair.
that. That's a cool one.
I've always wanted that one.
I think is the only figure with a part outside the bubble.
Yeah.
And I actually love that. But that was obviously exclusive. I'm not sure what's I don't know. It's not exclusive.
Darth Vader has been taking some Viagra in that box there. Yeah. Nothing can contain that lightsaber. Nothing.
No, I would imagine there's hundreds out there that they've just snapped off and stuff. So I thought, right, I'm getting that. Well, I bought it graded actually, but
that is a cool one.
Figure, I absolutely love it. I love it.
Did you get Keith? Did you get your VC20 Yoda bag. I don't know if you got one or not. I can't remember. It was
It's the next batch. It's on the way from CAS with about 20 other figures in it. Yeah. I can't wait to get all of that. And that was, remember, John, we said it was like touch and go, 85, 80, and he got an 85. So
it was close. It was close. I'm glad he got the 85 for you, because that to me is the answer to Brendan's question there. I think that, and Adam Real Toy Dude also mentions the deal I got on the PvP Dengar. He sold me a UKG 80 pale face Dengar. So Adam, thank you. That was an excellent deal. And an 80 grade is nothing to sniff about on those pale face Dengars, because they degrade so easily. Oh my goodness, they degrade. So yes, that was a very fair, probably my favorite transaction of the entire year, if not my entire lifetime, if that overcompensates for forgetting about that one. Okay, Keith, we're going on about an hour and 5. And I've got something for my son, but I wanted you to show us a few more before we wrap up, and I've got one more giveaway to do.
Okay, latest pickups. Yeah, I thought it might be higher, but Darth Malgus come back.
I love Malgus.
I love that card. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
great.
What else we had recently? Yeah, unfortunately, it was punched, but took a bit of a gamble. Yeah, love those cards.
Mine is punched too. I think it's just one of those things you got to deal with sometimes.
The unpunched one of that is seriously
very rare. Very rare.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a stunner.
Yeah, and I think I had a R2 back as well.
I need that one. So
Yeah.
European card.
Yeah, the leaflet.
Keith, there was a booth at Celebration that was selling them
Euro card. Beautiful.
Yeah, just not graded or anything. I think they wanted £45 for them.
Yeah, I saw them because they had the cheap ones on the end. As you went further to reach for them, they were getting more expensive, weren't they?
Yeah,
I know. And I was tempted to buy it because for me, I've picked this out of my VC collection. So over there, they're all lined up. There's all the whole collection lined up, and now I've got a gap, and this doesn't fit in the gap. So I'm like, should I fill it in with another one? But I didn't. But I saw them, Tim. I saw them. Yeah, 40 quid. Always quid's pretty good.
I need to say thank you to Michael Albertson. He's been a long-time channel supporter and a great friend of mine. He just gave me a super chat. So, Michael, thank you very much. That's very generous of you, and I appreciate you doing that, man. Way too kind.
The last one I got, John, is this come back as 95.
Nice, I like that card.
Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that, 95. Wow.
Yeah. Brown bandana, not the red bandana. So yeah,
that's great.
That one's tough to get in the States. I think we the red bandana over here is the more sought after, but in the States, I think
exactly.
Yeah.
So
in the States, we can't find the red one here. That's been my experience.
Oh, is it the red one you can't find, right?
Yeah, the red one we can't find.
That's about it for the new pickups, John. But I've got a lot more coming. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, your collection is absolutely mind blowing, and yet again, I hit mute instead of exit solo layout. They got it. The problem is I've got sausage fingers, guys. I've got fingers that look like. I mean, look at these hands. They like reuse hands. Speaking of reuse, look at these hands. I mean, I just can't do technology. I'm really bad at it. All right, we got another giveaway before we wrap things up, and this is a monster. But this is Star Wars Insider CGC 9.6. This is a magazine that I had graded. It took a year to grade these, believe it or not. But this has got a pretty nice image there of Mando with Grogu, kind of a touching little, whatever you want to call it, but a pretty great cover, CGC 9.6. And so I've got to come up with a question, and I forgot. I had a question lined up, and now I've forgotten what it is. Okay, this is a tough one. This is going to be a really tough one. In my very first video, I also show some foreign G.I. Joe mint on card. What country are they from? Dun, 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 dun,
I know.
You can't answer. You guys are not allowed to answer. What question?
I have no idea.
Brendan guessed the UK, and that is incorrect. Adam, that is incorrect as well. Keith W says India. Man, we've gotten everything except the correct answer. You guys are just throwing out like Indochina and stuff. I mean, come on.
I think I can see it.
Man, nobody knows. Nobody knows so
I
far.
can see it.
Nobody knows. This is great. Ah, there it is. Mike H got it. Japan.
Yeah.
I had a beautiful Takara. This shows you how far prices have come. I had a beautiful Takara Zartan, the Master of Disguise, that was ungraded. I said, let's guess the grade. I said it would probably get an 80 plus. It came back a straight 85, and I think I sold it eventually for like $500, and I bet it would sell for more like $1,500 now. So it was one of those figures that I sold too early, but it was Japan. Who said that again? Let's see. It was Mike H. Mike H, send me your mailing address, actionfiguregrader@gmail.com. You are the winner of the Star Wars Insider CGC 9.6. So I've got lots of good giveaways here. I expect to get emails from the 3 winners. Parting thoughts, guys. I just, but before I turn it over to each of you, I want to. Okay, hold on. We got Keith. Keith is bringing out his slab. Nice. Look at that.
It makes me feel better that I've got a couple myself.
That's actually a tough one to find too. That Rancor. That's a really tough one. That JTC.
Yeah, that's a signed one. Yeah. So I've got a few. I love it's cards, isn't it? So it's Star Wars cards.
There's another wraparound one like that as well, Keith. It's Jabba.
Yeah.
Now that Darth Vader #1 is that one's the Black Chrysanthemum. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very cool. First appearance of Black Chrysanthemum.
So I want you to make you feel at home, John, and say some people have got.
Some people do collect the slabs. I like to see that.
Yeah,
well, we're gonna.
I've got too many of them these days.
Thanks,
John.
You have too many of them. I've got too many of them.
John. Yeah, thanks, John.
Yeah, just what you want, like more graded comics. But I want to thank you guys for coming on today, and more than anything, it was just kind of a way to say thanks to everyone who watches my stupid videos. I appreciate. It's already big. This channel is already way bigger than I ever expected it to be, and it's bigger than it deserves to be, if you ask me. But I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. This is really why I have this channel, is because I make good lifelong friends like the 4 of you guys, and not to get too sentimental there, but I do mean that. I consider you guys all great friends. So I appreciate you all joining me, and for everyone watching, thank you for participating. Everyone watching on the replay, I also want to thank you for watching. So we're going to close up shop, but thanks everyone for watching. We will be back soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Unusual Mike says